Hi, I'm back. I'm Jill, Copycat Crafts by Jill. And this is kind of ended up being sort of a mass make March thing by accident. Um, if you've watched any of my past videos, you know I was looking forward to getting these papers. They're the three um, tablets, only loose papers, the three colors of sandable paper by Tim Holtz, and I had ordered them, and I couldn't wait to get them. And my addiction with these started with just buying the blackout and being able to sand it and add it to my journals, making tabs out of them and such. Loved it. Also, I had just rehooked up my Cricut machine that I have had for about 2 years now. I have the Cricut Maker. I only used it maybe 5 times, and I did not use it well. Put it away because I did not enjoy not I didn't enjoy using it. Couldn't quite get the hang of it. So I want to show one of these. So anyway, uh, I decided I was going to revisit my Cricut Maker. So we hooked it up, my husband and I, and he took the reins, thank goodness, because I just can't, I just can't be bothered with it. So I had gotten a digital number sheet. So they're numbers 0 to 9, and they need to be cut out on a Cricut. So my husband figured out how to do it, and he did it. I did explain to him these are expensive and I don't want to waste them, so I didn't want to practice on these. We did practice on printer paper and stuff. And he said, well, what sheet did I want to cut? So I gave him a black sheet like this. And when it cut it all, there was a border around it, but it didn't cut all the way through. So the back, you couldn't pop any of the numbers out. So I was just a little frustrated, and we stepped away from it. Then a couple hours later, he said, let's give it another try. He was going to put more pressure on the blade so that it would cut all the way through. So I handed him a red piece, and the same thing happened. So then he said, okay, I'm really going to put pressure on it. So I gave him a green piece, and the same thing happened. So we're not too sure why. I don't know. This is just cardstock. It's thick cardstock, really thick, but we had it at medium with extra pressure and did not cut through. However, it was a little better because the little holes in the number like 8 or 4, those can fall out, but the whole number, you just can't get out. And I'll show you. But after the first ones we got, I don't know where my black ones are here somewhere. After the first ones, only they're all black, I cut them apart into just different, there's 2 sizes. There's smaller numbers and slightly larger numbers on the same sheet. So I cut them, as you can see, maybe you can see just little bits of edges stick out, but it did not cut out enough, and I can't cut, I can't finish cutting them out. So I just cut them in these type of shapes, and then I used my corner rounder on the small and rounded the corners. Oh, here's the black ones. I don't know if you can see those any better, but I just cut them out wherever I could just fit my paper trimmer blade in between them without ruining any, and I rounded the corners. I also have some green here. So this is what I was handed back. And although this is very nice, I actually like this, but because it is sandable paper, I sanded them. And look how cool. I wish I would have left a couple bigger ones like this one. I don't know if it's actually coming across how cool it actually looks, because I can't really see. But it actually looks really cool, and I was really happy with these sanded like that, and now I can't wait to use them. However, as you can see, I have quite a few of them now, so this will end up being a mass make. I did take one of the green ones and I glued a piece of the leftover cardstock on the back of red, and there were a couple where if they have a 0, the inside of the 0 did fall out. So I just put a piece of paper on the back because I'm going to just glue that down. But in the meantime, before I actually use it, I don't want the center of the numbers falling out. So you won't see it, plus it makes it a little harder. And if I make a dangle out of it, then it's a little journaling spot or a place to put a word or something. But I really think that the sanding part came out really cool. So once I cut them, I'll just show you what I do. And I'm kind of rough with them, kind of sanding them pretty hard. You take a plain one. I have the sanding disc, but you can easily use a nail file. That works just as well. Like I said, I wish I would have not cut them all apart, and I could have did that on camera and cut all the edges, but I thought this was just going to be a big mistake. I was trying to not waste the paper, so I just thought I was trying to make lemonade from lemons. But I did use the small rounder and just stick them in there. The only ones that were very challenging were the ones I used or cut just one number. Those were harder because they really go all the way down in there. But I managed, got them all. And I didn't ink these. I don't have to ink, so but I do want to sand them. So I just lay them flat and I start going in circles to the left and circles to the right. I spin it around a little bit and I keep going. Then if I wanted even a little bit more, I try to just sort of bend the edges out of each number a tiny bit, not much. It doesn't, I don't want to totally ruin it, because when in person, I don't think the camera is picking it up correctly. Possibly my lighting is not allowing you to see, but I just play with them, sand them. I like the real gruffy look. Pick them up. If any of the corners pick up like that, I just take, almost an invisible amount of glue and just stick it on there so that the end just sticks back down. Like that tiny little amount, because that's all it takes. And push the tip back down. That's how I do it. And had I known it was going to work out like this, I would have left a couple larger ones. I just got lazy and didn't want to cut it all apart. But I really, really like that. I really like the larger one. However, hindsight, right? Hindsight's always perfect. So I just keep playing with it till I get it as sanded as I wanted. You don't have to sand them as kind of as hard as much as I like mine, but I like mine really sanded and really aged. But that's how I do it. Just go to the left, go to the right. Hit the edges inward. It is dusty. Sand and paper does make it very dusty, so you may want to keep that in mind. It may be something you'd prefer to do outside, just so you don't choke on all the dust, because it is dusty. Sometimes I think the more you sand, and like I said, if any of them that are start to come out or whatever, I just put a piece of scrap paper behind it. I do plan to glue it down flat, but I don't want a number popping out and then getting bent out or losing it totally or ruined. So this would be one. Perhaps I'd put a piece of paper behind before I throw it in the pile. But this is how I do it, and I just think they really came out cool. I still wish I had a couple numbers to just plain numbers, but in some ways I think these are really cooler. So as the mistakes were happening, at first I was very upset and frustrated, but when I seen how cool they come out, I was kind of happy, kind of hoping for it to not work out. At any rate, I don't know why this paper's given us such a hard time, because I did use the Cricut. Well, my husband, we cut out all those little pieces from Vibe of Vintage's, one of her new kits of Crafty Cuts, I believe it's called, where there are all kinds of little tidbits to use in journals and folios that are really cool. I also showed them in one of my videos. So we've been cutting them out, not out of this paper though. For some reason this paper is giving us a hard time. I don't know if anyone else puts this paper in their Cricut and has had a hard time. Let me know. Let me know what we do to fix that. Or are we just not, is this not considered medium cardstock? Is this like poster board or something? Because my Cricut says lightweight cardstock, medium cardstock, or poster board. We had this under medium cardstock because it's not that thick. So, I mean, it's certainly not like a cereal box or something like, well, an old-fashioned cereal box to me would be more like poster board, something. But anyway, I just thought these made really cool decorations and ephemera for in a journal. If you have a Cricut, you want to make some really cool stuff, here you go. Just thought I'd share that. Haven't put a video out in 2 or 3 days, and I've been working on this. So just thought I'd share it. Don't throw it away. Make lemonade from lemons. Stay creative, and hugs.